We're going to start our Friday mornings off in the most positive way possible. I have a triple dose of good news to give to each and every one of you guys on today's show. Starting off with the Zay Flowers fifth-year option details. So if you did not know, in the National Football League, if you're a first-round draft pick, obviously you get a 4-year contract, but just for first-round picks, each team will have a fifth-year option where they've got the ability to extend that deal 1 year longer, but obviously the money shoots up. And for Zay Flowers, that projected option number is going to be somewhere around $28 million for 2027. This is per Spotrac. And in my opinion, it feels like the Baltimore Ravens will definitely exercise this. I don't want to say 100%. I don't want to say it is a guarantee. You know how little we like to use the G word on this channel. But if I were Eric DeCosta, I'd have the serious conversation about it and probably end up doing it because you get some benefits with that, right? You got 1 extra year of manageable money. And I feel like where they sit right now, you really don't know your true feelings on Zay Flowers. So if anything, that just gives him another year, again, on manageable money to see if he's a wide receiver 1. Now, is that money as manageable as it is with him on a rookie deal? No, it's not. But it's a hell of a lot better than if you signed him to an extension and made him one of the highest paid wide receivers in the league, right? If you look into the top 10, $28 million is outside of that, right? Is Zay Flowers as good as Terry McLaurin? I'd probably rather have Zay Flowers and Brandon Ayuk, given all that he's done over the past year or so. Maybe I'd rather have Zay Flowers than DK Metcalf. There's some in here that it's not conversations at all, who's the better receiver. And there's some where I think Zay Flowers could legitimately be in that convo. It's going to be on a $4.46 million deal in 2026. That would jump up to around $28.03 million in 2027. But if anything, the fact that this is a manageable number, in my opinion, it's good news because it gives the Baltimore Ravens a little bit of flexibility. Because the problem is with Zay Flowers, right now, through his first 3 seasons, in my opinion, he's proven to be a wide receiver 1B or a very, very high-end wide receiver 2. In the big moments in these last couple of seasons, Zay Flowers has unfortunately kind of come up short. The stats are great. 2 back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. That rocks. He hasn't really found the end zone a lot, but hey, that's not necessarily his fault. But this last year, a couple of the big moments, you saw some fumbles. Obviously, we all know the fumbles from the AFC Championship game in 2023. If the game is on the line, do you trust Zay Flowers to get open and make a big play? I think that's the question you got to ask yourself if you're going to extend him to big money. If you're still trying to answer that question, that's where this 5th-year option comes in really, really handy, right? The good news is you've got more time to decide. You've got more time to figure it out. And if you don't believe he's going to be a wide receiver 1, then what that 5th-year option does is sweet. Gives you 1 more year. Zay Flowers, who's a really good wide receiver, but is he a great one? That's what you're kind of trying to figure out. Real quickly, make sure if you are not yet to subscribe to the channel for the latest news, rumors, and reports. We got NFL free agency covered, the NFL draft, latest trade buzz. My goal, all right, 50,000 subs by the NFL draft. If you have not subscribed yet, help me out. Hit that big red sub button down below. The second part of the good news is that the Ravens staff is officially official, ladies and gentlemen. You can even check the website, and you can see headshots, you can see descriptions, you can see everything you need to see. The John Harbaugh era is over, and we are fully 100% into the Jesse Minter era for the Baltimore Ravens. Took 3 weeks, but we got there, right? You hired Jesse Minter 22 days ago. They announced it yesterday. He got to work, and I think he made a lot of really good moves. Let's talk about who this staff is. You got the big 4. Right up there at the very top. Jesse Minter's your head coach. Your offensive coordinator is Declan Doyle. Defensive coordinator is Anthony Weaver. And your special teams coordinator is CoCap himself, one Mr. Anthony Levine. I think he did a fantastic job filling out all of these roles. I think he's got the highest ceiling, but I think of the coordinators, Weaver's probably the best hire there. Defensive-wise, position coaches, defensive line, you got Lou Esposito coming in from Michigan. A lot of college guys in this group. Harland Bower coming in from Duke. Tyler Santucci, he's been with the Baltimore Ravens. Safeties coach, P.J. Volker, coming in from Navy. And cornerbacks and pass game coordinator Mike Mickens coming in from Notre Dame. I like getting young college coaches who've done a really good job at developing players in on your defense because you don't have to worry about the scheme because Jesse Minter's got that. And you've got the overlord of Anthony Weaver there to be your defensive coordinator. So why not get a ton of young guys who have a nice little track record at the college game over the last couple of years? I think it's a really cool risk. The offensive side, a little bit more veteran, as it should be with a really young offensive coordinator. Israel Woolfork will be your quarterback's coach. Eddie Faulkner, your running back's coach. Keary Colbert, most recently with the Denver Broncos, is your wide receivers coach. Zack Grossi is the tight ends coach. My favorite hire of all is Dwayne Ledford as your offensive line coach and run game coordinator, formerly with the Falcons. And your pass game coordinator on offense is going to be Marcus Brady, last with the Los Angeles Chargers. Now for your assistant coaches. Special teams assistant coach, Randy Brown. Offensive line special or assistant coach is going to be Shawn Flaherty. Game management, Charlie Gelman. Assistant wide receiver coach, Prentice Gill. He is a big retention guy. They're very happy to keep that guy on staff. Assistant special teams coach again, Ben Kotwica. Offensive quality control, Patrick Kramer. Defensive quality control, Andrew Rogan. Assistant defensive backs coach, Miles Taylor. Assistant offensive mind, Joe Lombardi. And then your analyst on the defensive side of the football is Jesse Minter's dad himself, one Mr. Rick Minter. Look, I think that he's done a very good job. I think that was always going to be the biggest question mark when you talked about Jesse Minter coming in and being the Baltimore Ravens head coach is, okay, good defensive mind. Can he fill out a staff? And so far, he's done that, in my opinion, in a really good way. Give your take. Has Minter staffed better or worse than anticipated? Okay, I want you to throw yourself back 3 weeks ago to when he was announced as the Baltimore Ravens head coach. Is this staff better than you thought he'd bring in, or is it worse? Let me know. Type me a B or W down below in the comment section. Something that you should be getting for better in your life is our friends over at Ethos. They are the sponsor of today's show. And as you know, my wife Kennedy and I got married almost 2 years ago. Imagine we'll maybe buy a house, start having kids sometime soon. If something were to happen to me, the last thing I want the people I love to worry about is being able to pay the bills, so I trust Ethos to keep them protected. After watching someone close to me go through loss, I saw how quickly grief can turn into financial stress. That experience changed how I think about protecting my family. Life insurance isn't about expecting the worst, but it's about making sure the people you love are supported no matter what. That's why I recommend life insurance through Ethos. You can get your free quote at ethos.com/NFL Daily. Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy because it's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. There's no medical exam. You just answer a few simple health questions. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. Some policies are as low as $30 a month. Ethos is 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 3,000 reviews. Help protect your family with life insurance through Ethos. Get your instant free quote at ethos.com/NFL Daily. That's ETHOS.com/NFL Daily. Application times and rates may vary. The last part of this good news is that Max Crosby leaves the door cracked open for a potential trade. You know, when you're a kid, your parents were tucking you into bed, and you're like, hey, don't close the door. I'm a little bit scared of the dark. Let's keep that thing cracked open. Let a little bit of light in. That's kind of what Max Crosby just did in terms of the trade rumors, and there have been a ton of them over the last week. Okay? Jeremy Fowler reporting that Max Crosby isn't happy. Diana Rossini reporting Max Crosby isn't happy. Jason La Canfora reported earlier that Max Crosby told Tom Brady he wasn't going to be playing for the Las Vegas Raiders. So things have been flying while Max Crosby got asked about said things flying. And he said, my focus has been on getting healthy. That's all I can control right now. That's all that matters to me is being with my daughters and being with my wife and taking care of myself. People are going to have rumors. Do you notice that he didn't shoot anything down? Like, this is the good news in this update is that if Max Crosby truly wanted to stay in Las Vegas, then he would have just said, man, those are just rumors. I'm a Raider for life. I'm here, man. I'll be back in 2026. Cannot wait to ball out with Clint Kubiak, have the number 1 overall pick. I am a Las Vegas Raider until I die. Because, like, he already signed the contract. He's not going to go anywhere. Like, he has no incentive to not shoot that down. He doesn't get anything extra if he gets traded. He doesn't get anything extra if he stays. So it's like, he could have easily, if he 100% wanted to stay in Las Vegas, could have just said, look, I want to stay in Las Vegas. I like being here. This is where I am. This is my home. This is where I will be until I retire. He didn't say that. I'm leaving the door cracked open that, hey, maybe some of those rumors are true. As my friend's dad always said, there's always truth in sarcasm, even though that particular quote doesn't necessarily have to do with anything we just talked about. What are the odds that Baltimore trades for Max Crosby? Scale it for me 1 to 100 down below in the comment section. It is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. That means we are almost to the weekend. It's going to be a great weekend, and make sure you guys got me followed on socials and that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Twitter, Instagram, you'll find me on both platforms. I linked them in the comments and descriptions down below. And make sure big red sub button down below. It locks you in for daily coverage. So press it, and we'll see you next time.